Have you ever seen anything like it? It's a Blue Lock YouTuber doing Pokemon content. Hello everyone, this is me doing a rank every single Pokemon according to this website in which I've come across multiple times to do this kind of list before, but this time we're doing a record session of it because I have a busy schedule and it's hard for me to get out uploads with stuff that's coming up right now. Also, I've had a terrible sleep schedule, so I have to consider that. So welcome everyone to all of you Blue Lock fans out there. This is probably new territory for you, but anyway, if you don't know me, I'm Raven Geeks. I do Blue Lock content, primarily at least, because now I have another source of content on this channel, which is just this one Pokemon video as far as I know. But if you all are wanting to see more Blue Lock content, and if you actually want to see more of this kind of stuff with me talking about Pokemon, hey, be sure to hit that like and subscribe button. All support is greatly appreciated on the channel. I also have a Blue Lock Discord in which you can join, the new Eagles Geeks. That link will be left down below. Just check the description, you will see it. So I wanted to do this because I saw like multiple other YouTubers do it, but recently I saw Wildcard do it, which is basically like a channel that Alfred, Jaden Animations, and other YouTubers collaborate on. So I went out my way to be like, hey, I could do that, because the last time I did this was probably like a year ago, and now I want to update my opinions on who I believe my favorite Pokemon is, who do I don't think my favorite Pokemon is, you know, the whole works. And basically this goes generation to generation, as you can see, and typing to typing, you know, starter, gimmick form, legend, and then overall favorite. And we also have some side things at the bottom, which could be fun. We're going to obviously start off with Gen 1 normal types. I'd likely pick Porygon. I feel like I like Porygon. I'm quite a big fan of Porygon. I feel like he's grown on me a lot ever since, like, I've just, you know, just been looking at him more. Fire types. Oh, load. Oh, there we go. So we have fire types, and I think my favorite fire type, like Charizard is like an obvious pick for people, but I think Arcanine is my favorite fire type. I've have more of a close affiliation with Arcanine in comparison to Charizard. Oh my god, some of these are still not loading. No, help. Alright, so next up we've got Water type in Gen 1. No, like, you don't know how many water types there are in the game until you look at the full list. I believe Lapras is my favorite water type, quite unanimously. Then for this selection, I think I'm going to pick... I do like Ivysaur. I do like Ivysaur quite a bit. He's probably my favorite starter. I do like the Bulbasaur line of Gen 1, so by proxy that will be my favorite starting line in this generation. But I do like Raichu. I do like Raichu in the electric selection. But then we get to the ice typings, and because we've already picked Lapras, I'm doing the no dupes clause unless I'm required to, basically. So if I have literally no other option, I will pick another duplicate. But I'm doing the no dupes clause, and also any megas in which I can avoid selecting, I will avoid selecting. It will be primarily for gimmick form if I could help it. So once I get to Gen 5, Gen 6, I will not select any sort of megas that are listed unless it's for gimmick form. Anyway, I will be picking Articuno. I feel like that's quite fair. Oh, the only option is Poliwrath. Sorry, the only fighting type in Gen 1, as you can see, is Poliwrath. Oh, never mind. Of this selection, I don't know. I think Machamp has grown on me significantly, just to know that he can do the equivalent of 1,000 punches in 2 seconds. That is hilarious to me. Oh god, there's a lot of poison types. I didn't know there were this many. I feel like out of the poison type block, because I know Gengar is going to be like literally the only ghost type Pokemon, I feel like I have to pick something else. So I will be picking Vileplume. I feel like that's fair. Vileplume as my favorite poison type. Next up, we have Ground. Not all of them are loading, but I don't think I need them all to load, really. I think I'm going to pick Nidoking as my favorite ground type. I don't believe there are any other selections in which I can consider. Then we have flying types. To emphasize, I'm pretty sure I'm picking Cypher as my bug type, because I think in terms of flying, there's probably like another option in which I could pick. I'm going to pick Aerodactyl. I like Aerodactyl quite a bit. Oh my god, why? We're going to come back to those once they're loaded. I don't know what's going on with this website. I'm going to pick Kabutops. I'm pretty sure that's his name. Gengar for Ghost. And for Dragon, well, I picked Dragonair, but apparently that's not an option. Yeah, there we go. Dragonair for Dragon. We have all of our Psychic type Pokemon loaded. I'm going to pick Mew for Psychic. I like Mew. Very cute. Cute little guy. Scyther, the one I would pick there. Now we have like weird options here. We have like dead Kabutops and skeleton. Oh, well, I assume that's just the fossilized version of those. We have Missing No, we have the Ghost Pokemon, we have Substitute. I'm gonna pick Substitute Doll because I feel like it's the most marketable one because, you know, the other ones don't exist in the market, but I like Substitute Doll. I'm gonna pick Single Magnemite. This is not a creative step up, so I will respect the original. Fairy type, we only have Jigglypuff and Mr. Mime. For Fairy, Clefable, Jigglypuff, Wigglytuff, and Mr. Mime, I think I'm pickling? I think I'm picking Wigglytuff. And then as my favorite starter, I'm picking Ivysaur. Gimmick form. We have a wide variety and some also missing, but you know. I do not remember if there is any Pokemon that I liked more. Charizard X is super cool, but I actually prefer Charizard Y. But Mega Gengar is so cool. I think I'd have to go with Mega Gengar. Specifically, shiny version. Shiny version of Mega Gengar is specifically cool. I will go along and change the sort of design of the actual Pokemon itself, depending on if I like its shiny variant more or less than the Pokemon itself. So, so to speak of that, I like Blue Mew better than regular Mew. Okay, well, since it won't let me change Mew to Blue Mew, my favorite legendary, it used to be Articuno, like quite unanimously. And I think Articuno was at one point one of my top 5 favorite Pokemon, but now I think it's Mew. Mew's not in my top 5, but Mew is definitely my favorite legend. It's a mythical, but you know, it's going to be classified as a legendary. And my favorite Pokemon of this generation, I believe, is still Gengar. Kind of like a little bit of a biased choice. I believe Gengar's quite overrated in that aspect, but I respect the hustle and grind of it. There we go, we finally changed. Okay, now we're on to Gen 2 normal type. I had to refresh the site because stuff still wouldn't load. I feel like this is obvious, like Ferret is such a good guy, like so cute, so iconic. I'm pretty sure, I don't know the music, but it'll play in the background for a second. So cute. Stuff is still not loading. Oh my god, leave me. I know there's been like so much recent controversy due to like the lore of this guy, but Typhlosion is just one of my favorite starter Pokemon. It's so shameful that the lore behind it is not like heavily approved of. It's going to get me some weird glances from across the room, but it's how it is. Then we have like good water type selection, but the top 3 would be like Wooper, Quagsire, and Suicune, and I think Suicune takes the cake. We will avoid the double up unless it comes down to like gimmick forms and actual favorites on the end. So we're going to change this one to Alakazam. And then in regards to this, Suicune is my favorite legendary, so I will put it there. But so we'll actually pick Wooper as my favorite water type Pokemon. As my favorite grass, I think Bayleaf. Bayleaf is cool. He's the coolest of that line. I feel like the middle grass types like Pokemon are usually like much cooler than the end, because then we have Grovyle in the next generation, which is very famous in Pokemon Dungeons. Like Sceptile is really cool, but like Grovyle is iconic. Then you have the Electric type line, and I believe out of this selection, I would actually just pick Standard Mareep. I like the little sheep, what can I say? I like Swinub. Swinub is so cute. Then for this one, I think I'm picking Heracross. Like out of the bug selection, yeah, we have quite a few contenders. So we'll get to that. Next up, we have, it's got to be Crobat. It's got to be Crobat. Crobat's the coolest one. For ground, I think I'm going to pick Gligar. Yeah, I think I'll pick Gligar. I like Gligar the most. Well, here's the thing. Like, this guy right here, I forgot his name. I'm pretty sure it's like, Yanma. Yanma is like fast as fuck, like faster than a speed jet kind of shit, and that is so funny to me. So I may have to pick him on the preface of him being absolutely hilarious. Next up we have this selection, and I believe out of all of these guys, I would likely pick Espeon. I don't know, Espeon has grown on me significantly. Maybe a bad shiny, but pretty much good everything else. And then for bug, I saw options in steel. Yeah, we're gonna pick someone else here. I think I'm going to pick Shuckle. you know, funny guy. You can buff him up to oblivion. Don't, you know, the classic don't fuckle with shuckle. Next up, I got to pick Tyranitar for rock. He's just badass. Ghost, wow, there's so many options here. I wonder what to pick. And then, oh my god, so many options. I feel like it has to be Umbreon, as much as that is an overrated pick, but specifically Shiny Umbreon, of course. Next up, Sizzle. Sizzle is like a perfect Pokemon in my eyes. So sick, so badass. The only downside is that it has this shiny form, and I cannot look at anyone the same whenever they say that this shiny form is good, because it's not. It's disappointing. And then in regards to Fairy type, I think I will go Togetic. I like Togetic quite a bit, especially the Metronome strat. And then my favorite starter, I will pick Typhlosion. Of course, dupes will count for favorite starter because it's just practical. But if we don't want to do like that specifically and change stuff around, I will pick Oddish for grass. Then I'll pick, you know what, we'll pick Ho-Oh for this and then change that to the shiny because the shiny looks sick as hell. And yeah, Typhlosion is my favorite starter. We will not use dupes unless it's for gimmick form or favorite. Like the gimmick form is, you know, different variants, and of course favorites picking about like your favorite amongst the whole entire list. My favorite gimmick form, of course, Sizzle. Sizzle looks sick. Gen 3, we're going to speed through this. This is the speed round, and honestly, this is like one of the most popular gens right now because everyone loves Gen 3. So me doing the speed round may seem a bit insulting, but this is what I'm going to pick. I'm going to pick Swallow. For this one, I think Blaziken is the best option here. This Pokemon, Milotic, this selection, I'm going to pick Grovyle here. The electric, I think I'm going to pick Plusle. Next, I will pick Spheal. He's a friend. And then Breloom here. Seviper. Then we have the ground. I think I'm picking Flygon. Flying, I will pick... This seems a bit unfair. You know what? We're gonna do it for the memes. I'm picking Dark Lugia. Does Dark Lugia have a shiny form? Wow, that's terrible. Do not have shiny Dark Lugia, apparently. I mean, it's between Latias, Metagross, and Jirachi. I think in the grand scheme of... Wait, is Latias like dragon? Oh yeah, it's dragon. I think I got my decision. Latias here. Psychic, we're going to go with Jirachi, because that's more unanimously known, and Metagross for Steel. And this is where you're going to see like quite a bit of shiny changes. Look at that. Wow, look at that selection. Breloom. Oh, yeah, Breloom has a sick shiny. This guy. Forget his name. We're going to pick Aggron. Then Sableye here. Sableye's sick. Absol. I'm going to pick Gardevoir here. And you can stop looking at me like that. Stop sexualizing Pokemon, you freak. And then for starter, I mean, for the grand scheme of like being different as well, I think I like Sceptile here as like my favorite overall representation. Like I probably would switch these around and just say like, yeah, like that. Sceptile's really cool representation in the anime for taking out Tobias's Darkrai, and Grovyle was in the Mystery Dungeon games as a time traveler, so both of them deserve a spot here. I think it's got to be this, purely because of this shiny. Mega Rayquaza is so overdone, but you know, this is what I could do. Jirachi is already picked for this section, so we can actually go back and do something else. I think I like this speedster form of Deoxys. And my favorite Pokemon in Gen 3, this is actually the most difficult decision to come to, because like I don't think any of these stand out as a unanimous best Pokemon in my eyes. In terms of attachment, I've used Milotic a lot in terms of like Pokemon gameplay. Flygon is the Pokemon I believe is supremely undervalued in the Pokemon Company's eyes, but I will go out my way and say that my favorite Pokemon here is probably Breloom. I really like this mushroom dude. Gen 4 is very popular amongst Pokemon fans, and I can't wait to get to this list. Can you just pick Arceus for every single one? No, you can't. That would have been funny. Porygon Z. What does this shiny look like? Oh yeah, I do like the blue. Yeah, I do like Porygon Z. Very cool. It's a shame that I didn't want to pick him for Gen 2, but Farah is just too good of a Pokemon. There's also just not many like normal types of this generation that I really like much. We got Fire type. Infernape, honestly, is awesome. I mean, he is the Goku Pokemon, and that's what I need. That's what I need in life. I will probably, for this one, I would probably pick, like, Gastrodon. Gastrodon seems good. I'm pretty sure this is the West variant. Favorite grass type obviously goes to Leafeon. Electric, I'm going to pick... Is that like Pichu with a guitar? It doesn't feel right to pick it, but like it's genuinely cuter than this one. For Ice type, there isn't many selections, so I'd pick Glaceon. Oh my god, I've got 4 evolutions on here. Somebody stop. It doesn't seem fair, right? Because I got 4 evolutions here, but evolutions are just good Pokemon. Probably pick Toxicroak here. Toxicroak is badass. And I think I remember him. Yeah, he has a cool shiny. I believe here, I'm going to pick Roserade. I like Roserade a lot, and I do like it shiny as well. Then I'm going to pick Garchomp. It's kind of... Oh no, but Gliscor is there. What's in the Dragon Select? Oh, look at that shiny. It's like it barely changed. Oh yeah, Gliscor can go flying. And here is going to be a surprising one. In terms of like all of these legendaries, Yuxi is my favorite legendary. And I would actually go so far to actually put him here, but I'm doing the no dupes thing for a reason, so for here, I'm actually going to put Gallade. Yanmega, I'm pretty sure you also had a cool shiny. Yeah, very cool. Don't have any attachment to them, but I think like Nosepass is quite funny. Ghost, I would go as far as to say as, if I'm avoiding the whole like dupes thing, I'm not going to pick 2 Garatinas, but Origin Form Garatina is the coolest there. And then I would pick Dialga, but specifically like shiny versions of both of them. It used to be Darkrai that would be like my favorite. I think Spiritomb has taken the cake in recent times purely because of that. A good selection of steel types. I'm picking Lucario. I wonder what this shiny version of Dialga... This could actually take the cake. Whoa, okay. That's Pokemon Platinum right there. I may actually keep that as the Dialga that I want. Then as my favorite starter Pokemon, if I was to change these around, actually, I would probably go with Rotom Oven. And then my favorite starter Pokemon is Infernape. If I had one of these Pokemon in like real life, I would pick Gallade. Gallade has got a really cool Mega to me. And that shiny form was honestly better than this one, because I just like the grey more. And then my favorite Pokemon of this entire lineup is Leafeon. Wow, bam. That's pretty cool, ain't it? Next up, we have Gen 5. Gen 5 is probably going to be one of the most discussed ones, because everyone loves Gen 5 in recent memory. Who are these guys? Who's this? Who are all of these guys? I think my favorite normal type is going to be Meloetta. But which form? I'm going to pick Fighting Meloetta, turn that shiny. That's pretty cool to me. Fire types. Ooh, we have a great selection here. Oh, what is this? Yeah, I believe for the grand scheme of like what I'm going to pick later on, I think I'm going to put Volcarona here. Here, I'm going to pick Duot. I think I love Duot quite a bit. Actually, this feels appropriate. Let's actually put... There's not many good water type Pokemon aside from that. I may pick like Palpitoad because he's derpy as shit. Next up, we have Grass, and for the Grass type Pokemon, Hanger's here, but Whimsicott is going to go there, so we don't have to pick it here. And I will actually pick Maractus. I think I like Maractus a lot, especially in recent times. He's such an underrated Pokemon and such a fun guy to be around. Next up, we have the Electric Mons, and we have a good select. Why we have a Silcoon like in metal armor, and then we have like a upgraded Tyranitar. What's going on? I think I'm going to pick Joltik for Electric, and I will not go back on that decision. Ice, I'm going to pick Kyurem White. Kyurem White specifically. We have... Why can you just pick a guy? Why is there just a guy there? Mienfao. I feel like that's a good pick. That's a good shiny as well. Poison type. We're picking Scolipede. Picking shiny Scolipede. Ground. Ooh. We're picking a Crocodile. I'm pretty sure that's... Yeah. It's too bad he has such a bad shiny. A Mulga. Yeah, I feel good about that decision. I like a Mulga. Psychics, Victini. Victini all the way for me. Next up we have bug types. I'm going to pick... You know, Gen 5 is such a good bug type gen. I think I'm picking think I'm picking Dwebble. Yeah, I'm picking Dwebble. Dwebble's so cute and sweet. Actually, no. Let's switch this around. We're going to pick Genesect for this one. What is that? What are these things? Chandelure. I think it would just go for basic Reshiram. Reshiram is my favorite legend. But for Dragon, I think I'm going to pick Haxorus. Yeah, this is not even a contest. We're picking Zoroark. And then Klinklang as my favorite steel type of this gen. This may be like, whoa, why are you picking that? But I have history with this mon. If any of you know me from my original channel, Raven Carrot, I've uploaded a video where this guy clutched up a Soul Link with me and Shiny Golden Lotus that we were doing in black and white. And that was pretty much the only like recorded footage I had of that entire run. And we were just doing it for fun because we just, you know, wanted something to do in preparation for like the actual big video in which he uploaded on his channel where we did a Soul Link in Diamond and Pearl. But yeah, Klinklang to me is awesome. He always has been awesome. And then alternative forms, I don't know what to pick. I'm picking only Pokemon in this, and I don't recognize any of these other guys. I'm going to pick Mega Garbodor because that is a peak design if I have ever seen one. Bro literally has a boat on him. You know, that's spreading awareness of pollution like no other. Now, my favorite Pokemon of this entire generation is going to go to Zoroark. I'm actually going to go back on my word here and actually put Scolipede. I'm going to pick Scolipede here, but we'll get to it. Next up, we're going to go to Gen 6, normal types. This is where we can actually start picking Megas for the normal ones, but I'm only going to pick Megas for the gimmick form. So I'm not picking any Megas here, even if it's going to pick like a shit Pokemon alternatively. I'm sticking with gimmick forms as the only way I can pick Megas. So here we're going to pick male or female Pyroar. I think I'm going to pick female Pyroar. This is like a good selection if you were to include the Megas. I'm going to pick Talonflame. And in terms of my favorite starter Pokemon, it's obviously going to go to Greninja. So we're not going to pick Greninja for Water type, but we are going to pick Froakie. Next up we have Grass. Everything's loading slowly for some reason. Tree monster, I forgot his name, but he has a super cool like dead tree shiny. Oh, you can pick like the Pikachus here. We're going to pick Pikachu Libre. I feel like that's one of the most popular ones amongst that list. Auroras? This one, I would pick this one. For Grass, I think I'm picking Hawlucha. Hawlucha's got, well, not for Grass, for Fighting. I'm picking Hawlucha, because if you go further along, you get Pangoro here, which I would actually pick. Poison type, there isn't many options. Skrelp is a funnier name to me. Not many ground type selections, so we'll pick Zygarde. Then we have the flying types. Is there many dragons in this gen? Not really. I think I'm going to pick Noivern and Noibat here. It's got to be Esper, like the little dumbass Pokemon. This one's the Pokeball pattern, which looks very cool. Yeah, I might pick that. Does it have like a different shiny? Oh, the bug turns white. I think it's preferred to be that color then. I like the little Chomper right here. I'll pick the little Chomper. And then for this selection, I'm going to pick Aegislash. And then I'm going to pick Clefkeeper Steel. For Fairy, this is when they started introducing actual like more variety, and it's going to be overrated by picking Sylveon. Then we can actually pick our favorite gimmick form. Now I've already picked Mega Sizzle, so I ain't going to pick that. But I don't think Mega Sizzle is actually my favorite Mega per se. This is my opportunity to actually pick out who my favorite Mega actually is. I've already picked Gengar, but I think I'm going to pick this guy and then make him shiny. Ooh, look at that, shiny Charizard. Why? I don't think that is my favorite Mega, really. I think Gengar is definitely my favorite Mega, but this one is like the best alternative. Because if you were to pick X, right? I like X, but not as much as Y. And especially if you turn it shiny. Oof. Why is it like this green? Why is it green? Some people may call it blue, but hey, that's not for me. I prefer this. And next up we have our favorite legendaries, and Shadow Mewtwo was introduced in this gen? You know what? We're picking Shadow Mewtwo. That shiny is not doing him justice. Why do all the dark Pokemon just get like brown? It's first with Lugia, now with Mewtwo. Now we're going to pick our favorite Pokemon of this gen, and I believe that will go to the honor of Greninja. As overrated as the Pokemon may be, He is sick. But that's actually our first time picking a starter as our favorite Pokemon. Gen 7. I've got fond memories of Gen 7. It's actually the time in which I remember the most because this was when I started actually shiny hunting in the game. Savalos are type Null. I think I'm going to go type Null. You know what? We'll pick Savalos. Fire type, I'm going to pick Alola Marowak. Yeah, we're picking Alola Marowak. For water, Ashka Ninja. Ashka Ninja's cool, but I feel a bit cheap for picking it. We're gonna actually pick Primarina. That's a very cute shiny. So who do I pick here? Yeah, we're gonna pick Executor. Favorite electric type? That would go to... Oh, this is interesting. Okay, so how can I plan this out? Zeraora is pure electric type. And out of this lot... Alright, Zeraora is my favorite legendary. We'll just set that out. Executor is then one of my favorite electric types here. Then we have Alola Ninetales. Yeah, this is the gym where like shiny Pokemon pick up. Then for fighting, oh my god. I feel like I'm gonna go out my way to pick a lot of like the legendary kind of Pokemon. We have like Marshadow and Buzzwole. I'm picking Buzzwole here. Does not look like an appealing shiny. Poipole. I'm picking Poipole. Next we have Ground, and I think I'm picking the Sandcastle. Forgot his name, but I guess if we want to go off like one of my favorite colors, we're gonna pick green and then turn it shiny. Oh yeah, it has like a slightly different variance to it. My favorite psychic type, I think Solgaleo. I like the psychic tiger. What can I? Not tiger, lion. Bug, I'm going to give to Vikavolt. Vikavolt is very cool. Then I'm going to pick Dusk Liking Rock for here. And then we have Ghost. I think I'm going to pick Marshadow. Picking this guy. Forgot how to say his name. And then we have Dark types. There's not many options here. I think I'm picking Incineroar. Purely the Smash effect. The Smash Bros effect from this guy. That really sets him apart. Then Togedemaru is my favorite Steel type. He would actually be my favorite electric type, but like you can't pick a Xurkitree anywhere else aside from Legend, and he's not my favorite legendary. And then finally we have Fairy, and I think I'm going to be picking Mimikyu. I'm going to pick Zeraora Sume. Alright, Gen 8. Gen 8 is honestly like one of the more forgetful generations. It's not the most recent, and it's also got like less variety, but the Pokemon Legends Arceus Pokemon are the ones that are actual poppers. So we're going to go bar by bar here. So favorite gimmick form out of every single like one here, we are going to handle this meticulously because this is where the alternative forms kind of get crazy, and that's where I'm going to actually pick most of the alternative forms. So we're going to set the standard here. We're going to put gimmick form as Hisuian Zoroark, turn that shiny. Go for it, because that is my favorite gimmick form. So no matter what I pick here, it just goes forward. Hisuian Typhlosion. I think Dracovish is my favorite guy here. Want to say Calyrex. I really want to say Calyrex. Yeah, I like him that much. I like him. I like Calyrex. No, actually, no. I'm picking Yamper. Yamper is so adorable. Ice type. We're picking Snom. Yeah, the alternative forms are going to start taking over like supremely here. We're going to have Zapdos there. Poison types. I really like the name Overquill, but I do not like looking at it. I like Sneasel. I like Sanaconda. That's just funny to me. Braviary, Articuno, and Moltres. Regional variants of the 3 original birds from Gen 1 are so cool. And then their shinies are just returning to them. I think I prefer Moltres' like original color palette. Here, I think I'm going Center Scorch. I'm going to confront this now. I hate Kleavor. I hate him. Like Sizzle, one of my favorite Pokemon. And then you make the line so bad with Kleavor. I understand the gimmick, but he just looks so naked, and I don't like looking at him. It hurts as a fan of his. Like, if you look at him, he just doesn't look right. You look at this, then you look at that. Look at this, and then you look at that. It's just not right for me. We're gonna pick Stone Edge. I do not like Kleavor, and don't ever get that misinterpreted. Favorite ghost, I'm going to firmly select Dracopult. I'm picking alternate form Dialga and making it shiny. I don't know why, but I love Origin Form Dialga. I guess that just spawns from the fact that I already like Dialga, so that just translates over. I think I go with Moltres right there, and and I make Morpeko my favorite dark type. Then I pick, for this one, I'm going to pick Zacian Alcremie. I like the ice cream gimmick. I like the way that you get black ice cream. It's like the black powder coal ice cream. And then my favorite starter. Oh yeah, I would have to give it to Typhlosion, and then decide from here which I like. I'm pretty sure I like Growlithe the most out of these guys, but for the terms of Blue Lock videos, let's pick Reboot. I know like Cinderace falls onto that same category, but this feels more appropriate. Then finally, my favorite is going to be Hisuian Zoroark. Now, finally, Gen 9. We're gonna soon see Gen 10 in like 3 more years or something, but we're also coming out with like new Pokemon coming soon. Introduced to Gen 6 with Pokemon ZA coming out. Anyway, this is going to be the easiest ones to do in my opinion, so we're just going to get started. Normal, Cyclizar, then we're going to do Fire. I believe, out of this lot, I think Armarouge is still my favourite. A bit weird that I pick Armarouge over Ceruledge, but I don't know, I like the McDonald's look. And I like any Pokemon that can turn their arms into cannons, kind of like Mega Man, but not Mega Man, like any other character in Mega Man. I feel like it's got to be Walking Wake. Then we have Grass. I'm going to pick Ogapon, Raikou. This looks sick to me. I don't care. Yenpao. Okay, here's the contentious one. I'm going to pick Slitherwing. Then for this Pokemon, I'm going to pick Clodsire. It's actually the time where I pick it over Wooper, so congratulations, Evolution, you did it. Sandy Shocks is hilarious to me. Iron Jugulis, there isn't many options, but Iron Jugulis is undoubtedly the coolest one there. Ooh, maybe I can actually do something here. I don't think I prefer any of these Pokemon that much, so I'm going to pick Armarouge there, and over here, do I pick Ceruledge? You know what, we'll do it for the fans. We'll pick Ceruledge over there. Both of those Pokemon are really cool, but I do prefer Armarouge. Slitherwing there, and I feel like I should pick Koraidon here, because we have something else coming. Oh yeah, no, Koraidon would be my favourite legendary, wouldn't he? Yeah, he's my favourite legendary, so we're not actually picking him there. We're going to pick, instead, Great Tusk. I like the Chrome effect on Tyranitar, or also known as Iron Thorns. Then for Ghost, I'm going to pick Fluttermane. Competitively, like, this dude has made such an impact, and I find that great, because I didn't think it would ever, but it's busted. I'm pretty sure it was, like, Fairy Ghost. No, yeah, it's Fairy Ghost. Yeah, Fairy Ghost's kind of insane typing, and it's just in the meta, you know? Then we have Roaring Moon. Roaring Moon, undoubtedly, very sick. Then I will put... Yeah, we'll do that. I feel confident about that. Then for Steel, I think I'm putting Tinkerton. Then we're going to have Iron Valiant. Okay, and now we're down to, like, the gimmick forms, and I don't believe I really like many of the gimmick forms here, so I'm just going to pick Wooper, because Wooper's just honestly the most reliable one. Then my favourite Pokemon of this generation. It's always gone back and forward for me. It's either between Roaring Moon or Koraidon or Slitherwing, but I believe that Roaring Moon has become my unanimous favourite, but Koraidon has the most preferred shiny of the two. So if I was to pick a favourite shiny of this generation, it would be Koraidon. If I was to pick a favourite Pokemon of this generation, it would be Roaring Moon. Congratulations, Roaring Moon, you're sick as hell. Anyway, now we can pick our favourite Pokemon down from every single generation into the final slot, so it doesn't matter what generation they're in. It's literally just which Pokemon is my favorite in each section. So we can first start this section off with I'm actually going to pick Meloetta Fighting. I feel like that's definitely grown on me. Then this one we're going to pick Volcarona. Going to pick Walking Wake. Yeah, I feel good about that decision. Leafeon. And for this one, I'm going to pick... This may be an oddball choice, but I'm picking Executree. I like weird ones. I like weird Pokemon sometimes. Do I pick White Kyurem? I've already got two like legendary kind of Pokemon on here, but I feel like I'm picking White Kyurem. Here I'm picking Breloom, or I think I'm picking Breloom. I like Breloom a lot. Then next up we have Scolipede. I'm pretty sure that's a very easy choice for me. Then for ground, we have Crocodile. I'm picking Gliscor. I'm picking Esper. Yeah, you know what? The little, like, big eye cat really grown on me. I can't explain it. It just has. Next up is the bug types. It's just the normal bug types. I'm picking Slitherwing. Who knew Volcarona could be so cool that it's so cool in two like forms? In recent times, like Tyranitar has always been one of my favorites, but I really like Rock Dusk. This actually becomes much more difficult thinking of the Pokemon that I've picked alongside this. Gengar used to be one of my favorite Pokemon of all time, but that has changed and he's slowly gone down the rankings. And I think nowadays, does he match up to the selection? I think I'm picking Chandelure. I feel like I have to pick Chandelure. Yeah, I'm picking Chandelure. Unfortunately, Gengar has fallen off a lot since when I was a kid and really liked Gengar. Oh, the Dragon one's so hard. I'm picking Roaring Moon. Good job, Roaring Moon. You fought off the combatants. So I know what I'm going to do here. Hisuian Zoroark is there. I may pick Spiritomb. Then I'm going to pick Scizor quite confidently as my favorite steel type. I'm gonna pick Whimsicott. Yeah, I think I'm picking Whimsicott. And it's also like to save myself from not putting more than one evolution down as one of my favorite Pokemon. Next, my favorite starter, Hisuian Typhlosion. May have not aged well, but it still is my favorite like starter of all time. He's just a high guy. He smokes a lot of weed. Then my favorite legendary. This may shock a lot of people, but this is going to Yuxi. Yuxi has been one of my favorite like legendary / mythical Pokemon for ages, and I believe that hasn't changed in like recent memory. Koraidon was super close. Zeraora was also super close, but like Yuxi has taken the cake as recently. Now my all-time favorite Pokemon is Scizor. It's Scizor. Scizor is my all-time favorite Pokemon, and I don't think that's changed no matter how many like new Pokemon have come out. Like ever since I stopped having Gengar as my favorite Pokemon, I just started looking at Scizor so much more, and it was just like, oh, he's so cool. And then to finally decide like a final team of sorts. Yeah, I feel very confident in that team. 4 out of 6 of them are shinies, but you know what? These 4 are very possible in getting shinies. So Zeraora has gone for a mystery gift in Sword and Shield, so I already have him. Anyway, regional bird. I'm going to pick P-Dove because pigeon. Dumbass pigeon. Rodent. I'm going to respect like Ferret's line and pick pre-evolution. My favorite bug. Does Joltik not count as a regional bug? I'm gonna pick Venipede. Pseudo legendary. I think I'm picking Tyranitar. No, now favorite Pikachu clone. Would it be Spike Pikachu? I think it's Togedemaru. I really like Togedemaru. Favorite evolution? Eevee. Not Eevee. Leafeon. Favorite fossil? I guess Aerodactyl. And favorite regional form is Hisuian Zoroark. Like even if we were to include like Roaring Moon and whatever, I believe that would go to Lapras. Lapras is my favorite baby. I'm going to go with this hair spike Pichu. I'm all over the place now. It's currently like 1 AM and I'm doing this video. Favorite box legendary is going to Koraidon, shiny. Favorite mythical, then there would go Zeraora. Favorite Ultra Beast, that's going to a Xurkitree. Roaring Moon is my favorite Paradox Pokemon. Yeah, Bug and Poison. I feel like it's going to be Bug. Bug has been very solid, and I would be a Bug-type trainer because I would have, like, Scizor, Scolipede. Honestly, would be the Level Ball. Favorite Spinda? I really do not care, so we're going to randomize until it lands on something fun. Yeah, you know what? It looks like it has sore eyes, so we're just going to go with that. God, it's shiny so bad. Favorite Pavilion? I've already said this, because, like, the bug-type selection in Gen 6 is terrible. It's the Pokeball one. Favorite Alcremie? I'm going to assume this is like vanilla-ish, and then pick blue. Favorite new Evo? That's going to Scizor. And that's the full list. Thank you guys so much for joining me. This is completely different from normal Blue Lock content, and honestly, me putting Reboot here was the only form of Blue Lock content that you got out of this. You know, the football Pokemon. But anyway, if you guys did enjoy this video and would like to see more, as I said, hit that like and subscribe button, and hopefully this either changed your opinion of me, or you could be hateful in regards to why I picked any of these as an option, but this is all my opinion. So you can't change my opinion on my favorite Pokemon. So you could say, oh, why didn't you pick this or that? You doing that is not going to change anything. Just list your favorite Pokemon down below. instead of disagreeing with what I picked as my favourite Pokemon. Hello, this is Post Video Raven here to challenge Onyx and Aero Assassin to make this type of video for their channels, whether that's for a live stream or an actual video, that's up to them. But I'm challenging them to do this video for their stuff because Pokemon content is fun and we should all get involved with it. Anyway, thank you all so much for watching this video, and until next time, peace.